Panels, we believe that in a vulnerable situation, individuals don't make good decisions. The pressure from this vulnerable situation will push people to recklessly do anything without thinking twice about it or without thinking the impact of it simply because they want to get out of this uncomfortable situation as soon as possible. But 2 points of clarification for the proposition panels. First, the propositions say that they will make sure that the actors will protect the procedure of the transaction, and they bring up the example like the medical procedure before donate organs, etc., etc. But to respond from these panels. First, panels believe in a capitalistic world where people actually don't care about the patient because money is what matters. The actors cannot protect this because they don't know whether the patient is people who are clear that they want to do this procedure or they are people who are recklessly doing this procedure, and they only care about the money, of course. So they will for example, they don't care about if they will do this procedure or not. But second, we think that if they're still doing procedure in the right way, we think that it cannot be the best solution from it because the procedure that they do is just like asking consent from this patient when it's obvious that the patient will surely give a consent for them because they actually meeting these actors to do a procedure. So they will surely giving the consent for them. But what become a problem from this is that we cannot make sure that this decision is come from a result of a long process of decision or just a reckless decision. But second, the proposition also say that the essence of human life is because the depth meaning of their life and not because of duration. We think that this is simplistic panels because people find their meaning or find their purpose in life in a different timing. Some people will find their meaning in their life in a short time, for example, in their young age, but some people will find their meaning or purpose of life in their in a long time, for example, in their old age. So we think that it is unfair for the proposition to say that the depth of meaning in life are not based on the duration because different people find their timing in a find their purpose or their meaning in life in a different timing. But moving on to my rebuttals, 3 points of rebuttals panels. First, the propositions say that individuals should have the right to make decisions about their own life, including the length of their life and preserving their autonomy. Our response is panels. True autonomy means making decisions free from external pressures. In a world with significant economic disparities, the choice to sell life years is often not free but driven by financial desperation. Individuals in poverty or facing financial crisis might feel compelled to sell their remaining years to get out of their uncomfortable situation, which is a form of coercion to undermining their true autonomy. But even if individuals are informed about the consequences of selling their life years, the irreversible nature of this decision complicates the concept of genuine consent, and the pressure to consent might be so overwhelming that it negates the concepts of informed and voluntary decision making. But second, panels, the proposition team also say that the commodification of aspects of human life is already accessible, and they give an example of organ donation, donating blood, and plastic surgery, and they think that it's okay to let people modify their bodies as long as it maximizes their utility. Our response is this is not true, panels. While organ donation, blood donation, and plastic surgery involve personal bodily autonomy, they do not equate to fundamentally altering the length of one's lifespan, and selling life years is a profound, irreversible decision that has a far-reaching impact on an individual's life and society. And the ethical considerations surrounding life of years are significantly more complex. For instance, organ donation usually occurs under strict ethical guidelines and is often altruistic, and the sale of life years introduce a transactional element that fundamentally alters the nature of life itself. But third, they also say that allowing the buying and selling of life years will provide more viable options for individuals and giving them control over their life circumstances. Our response is panel. Allowing life years to be bought and sold means that we are being apathetic to the society around us, because it could lead to unpredictable demographic shifts. And for instance, if the wealthy extends their life significantly, it could result in an aging population with fewer younger individuals, and this will affecting workforce dynamics and economic productivity. And these long-term consequences of such practices are unknown and could result in complex ethical dilemmas that society is unprepared to handle. And this might lead to new forms of discrimination and conflict, and undermining the social cohesion and stability. And because of that, we think it is important for us to implement this motion that this house would not allow individuals to buy and sell the remaining years of their life, as opposed to restricting access to the technology. And we'll prove to you that first, why it is justified for us to reject this motion, but second, why it is better for us to reject this motion. Comparatively, the proposition team needs to prove us why it is better for them to propose this motion, and second, why it is justified for them to propose this motion. Now, I would like to present two of my arguments. First, protecting the value of life, but second, avoiding any harm to the people. Let me elaborate one by one. On to my first argument, panels. First, protecting the value of life. Panels, notice that in the status quo right now, there's tons of cases of suicide, and this happened to variety of age, from the young people to the old people, means that people are not finding meaning in their life anymore. But panels, allowing individuals to buy and sell the remaining years of their life is not a solution for this problem, because the moment you make this technology exists, means that A, people will easily give up in their life, but B, it will diminish the value of life itself. Because the moment this situation exists, where people can buy and sell their remaining years of their life, every time they face a problem in their life, they will just, oh, I should just sell my remaining years of my life so my life will last vulnerable. And this is not good, right, panels? Because we make a narrative that life is no longer meaningful things like finding the meaning of life and do a hard work, etc., etc. But we make a narrative that life is one of the transaction, and we foster a mindset where the worth of person is measured in years and dollars. By rejecting this motion, we can make people do a reflection every time they face a problem. And we are aware that at first people will have a hard time, but will have a hard time to face this problem. But it will be better to do this way rather than buy or selling their life, because this way it can be more rewarding for them, because when they solve a problem in their life, they have this kind of realization that, oh, I can face this, oh, I can through this, and they're not then just giving up and selling their life. On our side of the house, we will make sure that people live their life to the fullest, because we can protect the value of life itself. But comparatively, under the proposition side of the house, life will no longer be a meaningful thing, but rather it will be a form of transaction, or even worse, it can decrease the index of happiness in the society. But moving on to my second argument, avoiding any harm to the people. Panels, we believe that there are two actors in this motion. A, the seller, means that they are the poor people, they are the desperate people, they are the individuals that are likely to pressure to sell their life years, that could lead to immediate financial distress and leading to exploitative scenarios where the wealthy can effectively buy a life form of the less fortunate people. But B, the buyers, means that they are the rich people who can buy the life from others. But panels, maybe at first they happy because they have extension of life, but panels, they will eventually feel guilty, or maybe they regret the choices in the future, right? It will be more dangerous, right? Because they will live their remaining life in a not happy way, but rather they live in their life in a guilty and regret. So this way we don't achieve the interest of the human, which to live a happy life. And also that will make sure that there are no exploitation of vulnerable people because of this. And by and under the there will be exploitation, and because of that, we as the opposition are very proud to oppose. Thank you.